everyone. Welcome to my podcast or Hilton Foresters podcast. I've got a great friend of mine on this podcast, and his name's Shabir Akbari. And Shabir is living over in Australia, and he's got a really unique story. I'll get Shabir in a moment to introduce himself. But the art behind these podcasts is to go behind the scenes, what it's like to be a business owner or people running businesses, the things which we're struggling with as entrepreneurs. And certainly there's a unique story with Shabir. So what I want to do now is get Shabir to introduce himself to the podcast. Shabir.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Helton. Thank you so much for having me in your podcast. It's an honor for me to be in your podcast because you're an amazing yourself, helping people and serving. My I would like to introduce myself with my complete name, if it's okay.
Cool.
Uh, my nickname is Never Give Up. My first name is Shabir. My middle name is Always Help, and my last name is Akbari. Never give up, Shabir. Always help, Akbari. And that's my complete name. Yes.
Awesome. And certainly it has been I've known you for the past couple of years, Shabir, and those never give up, always help has certainly been the foundation of what I've seen from you. But what I want to do is actually take you back into a bit into your past, and because you've got a really unique story which has made you, I think, the man who you are today. And it states that you was born in Akbar in
Uh,
Afghanistan,
in
and
Kabul, Afghanistan.
okay, awesome. And now you are living in Melbourne, Australia. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. Could you take me back to how you got to there from that country to where you are now in Melbourne, Australia?
Great question, Halton. You just refreshed my memory from the past. I was born in Kabul, Afghanistan, and my teenage age of 16, 17, uh, the war started in Kabul, and the life put lots of pressure on us, and we we were every morning we were getting up, and the only thing we could hear was the bombs and missiles and the shotguns, and that really scared my family, myself, and we decided to leave our house because they were shooting missiles, like not specific targets. They were just shooting in the civilians and trying to kill people and get people to get out of the city, that they could go inside their houses and just take their belongings. And we were in the situation where all we wanted to survive. And we started migrating from one city to another, and we left. And the other city that we went, the war began in there as well, and then we left that city and moved to another city, and it was just going for 3 to 6 months non-stop. And the situation came that no one could get out of the house. It was kind of lockdown. Now lockdown, we talk about this COVID-19. This is not a lockdown to me. This is, you can go out, you can go to the market, just follow the rules, wear the mask. But there, that lockdown was different. If you put your head out of the window or get out of your door, you could have get shot. Or you always had the fear when the missile will hit your house, or when the fighter jets will drop the bomb on your house. And the time came that no food left in our house, and we survived 5 days in a row, just only on dry breads and water. We did not have anything else, just eating dry bread and going to bed, and in a fear that am I going to be alive tomorrow morning? And during this few months, all our belongings, what we had, what we built. My mother and my father worked so hard to build a life. Nothing was left. Everything was stolen from our house.
Wow.
And we came to the point that where else left in Kabul city? Which part of Kabul left that we can go and survive and stay there peacefully? There was no place left that we could go, and we decided to leave Afghanistan. And we had two options. Option one was to go to Iran, our neighbor country, and option two was go to Pakistan. And going to Pakistan was easier and cheaper, and we decided to go to Pakistan, but we didn't know how. No car, no buses, no trains, no planes. Everything is shut down. That was at that time, and we found one of our neighbors. They were moving to Pakistan. They had a truck, and when we approached them if we can go with them, they accepted our offer, or our request, but they said there's no place on the seat that we can sit on the seat to go, but the only place we can go on the back of the truck on their furniture that they're taking with them to Pakistan. And we accepted it. We said, instead of dying here under the missiles and bombs, let's go.
Right.
We're on the back of the truck. We left 4 a.m., arrived to the border of Pakistan and Afghanistan at 6 p.m. and the weather was getting dark. We were excited that we left Afghanistan, we left Kabul, and now we're going into Pakistan. But it wasn't that way. When we got to the border, the Pakistani government, they closed the border and they said that no one is allowed to leave, to go inside Pakistan. A lot of people, they decided to go back, and we didn't. We said we will stay. And then I found out that once it gets dark, you can go through the mountain to cross the border. And we waited until 8 p.m. And about 8 p.m. we started climbing through the mountain. And it was really hard for my mother to walk through the mountain. But I found the solution. The solution was that my brother and myself, we could carry my mom on our back and just climb through the mountain. While we were climbing through the mountain, the security guards, the security boys from Pakistan, they started shooting, and they were shooting just to scare us that we don't go across the border. But we didn't stop, and I was keep saying to myself, what do I want? Do I want to give up and go back under the missiles and bombs, or just keep walking, whatever it happens? And we did. We continued and keep walking, and I was encouraging my family to keep going. And we got to the top of the mountain. We crossed the border, arrived in Pakistan. Wasn't easy.
Wow.
I just share a bit short version of that. And when we arrived in Pakistan, we didn't know anyone. We had a bit of money. We had to find a house that we could rent at the time, and we did. We found a house. We didn't have a carpet. We didn't have the furniture to sit on. We were sitting on the floor. And my father told me and my two brothers that go and find a job. I didn't know any language. I was the only one to put my hand up, and I said, I'm going to find a job. I left our house, the house that we rented in Pakistan, in the city that I didn't know anyone. I didn't know the language. And I was walking through the alleyways and roads, and found this guy that he was speaking similar to our language called Pashto. It's one of the language in Afghanistan. And I requested him if he can find me a job.
Okay.
He said, take me to the car showroom to go and wash cars. I said, yes, beautiful, let's go. And went there, got the job, and I was washing cars. and did it for a month, and after that found another job, and I was keep asking myself what else I can do. I have to work and I have to make money and support my family, and we did that.
Okay.
And we stayed in Pakistan for 5 years. We built a new life for ourselves, but we knew there was no future. We wanted to come to Australia, and our relatives sponsored us, but that took us 5 years, 5 long years to come to Australia. Every time we requested and we waited for the visa, and the first time we got this yellow envelope, we received it from Australian embassy in Pakistan, and that letter was saying you got rejected,
Right.
and we started again and sent another letter and waited another 12 months, opened again that yellow envelope, and again says you got rejected.
Wow.
And I started going to doing typing course, doing English course to just show to the Australian government that we want to come to Australia, we want to work, and we want to pay tax, because that's how I did. I found out that they want you to work. The government does not want to take responsibility for you. But
Yeah.
at that time, there was no Google, there was no Instagram or any other platform that I could go and do some research and say how I can go to Australia, how Australian embassy can accept me or accept my family. But I was keep working, going to the Australian embassy twice a week and knocking their door and asking questions and keep doing research and keep asking what I can do, what else I need to do. We waited another 12 months. This is the third time, 3 years gone, and we received that yellow envelope. We were excited. We opened it, and it says with red right in the middle of the paper, says you got rejected. I looked at my family and I looked at myself. What we gonna do? It's been 3 years. We're here in Pakistan. Are we gonna go back to Afghanistan? The Afghanistan situation wasn't good. And I said, no, we're going again. We're doing it again. Going to the embassy twice a week, asking questions, and preparing more documents and keep sending them and telling them the truth. This is our situation. This is the 4th year, and we waited 12 months and we received that amazing yellow envelope. And I was happy. Took it home, sat down with my family, and we were excited. We said 3 years in a row we got rejected. Let's open this. This is our time. This is the time that we got accepted, that we're going to go. I opened the envelope. I looked at inside the envelope. Again, red writing, stamp right in the middle of the application, says got rejected.
Wow.
It's 4th year in a row. I looked at my father. I looked at my mother. They said, we're going back to Afghanistan or we stay here. I said, no, mom, no, dad. I said, we're going to Australia. Every plane was going through the sky and I was looking and I was visualizing myself. I said, one day I will sit on that plane and I will go to Australia. I will never give up until I go to Australia. It was the 5th time, and my father said, what you're going to do? I said, Dad, we're going to request again and we're going to go again. And I'm going twice a week to Australian embassy and ask again, ask questions and keep knocking their doors. And that was the 5th year, and 6 months gone, we didn't receive any letter. 8 months gone, 9 months gone, no letter. And it took us 13 months this time. And we received that letter. And we were really confident this time that this is the 5th time when we're going to receive the letter that says you got accepted. And the 5th time, in that letter was saying you got accepted.
Wow.
And we were so happy. We were shaking, we were excited, and we were trying to be calm down and relax and just go through the procedures, to the medical test and to all those that we needed to do to come to Australia. And we did. We we followed all the steps, and we arrived in Melbourne, Australia, July 1998 at 2:45 a.m. When I got out of the plane, I just yelled and I was screaming. That was a freedom. That was a freedom to us, that we got our freedom. We received our freedom after working 5 years of not giving up, not giving up through those mountains that we were walking through, and not giving up, that going back to Afghanistan and said, no, the border is closed and let's go back. We said, no, we find a solution, we find a way, and we made it. And that's where we got, that's how we got it. That's why my nickname is Never Give Up. In life, never, ever give up. And
That
if you're
is
committed,
an incredible story, Shabir.
thank
I,
you.
I totally can understand where you're coming from. That's such an incredible story. 5 years of never giving up, and um, I can see you. You know, I've been watching some of your content and the stuff. What you are about, and it has always been never give up and gratitude and thankfulness. Um, it's just amazing story to see it. We how especially what's happening around the world nowadays. You know, with the COVID and things like that, and you've gone through so much. But when it comes back to that particular story, what gave you the drive? Where do you think that came from?
Uh, that's a great question, Halden. The drive came from knowing your why, asking yourself. I was asking myself, if I stay in Afghanistan, what will happen to me? If I stay with my family here in Afghanistan, my time will come. One of those bombs will be dropped in my house. One of those missiles will kill us.
Okay.
So we need to get out. We need to find out. So once you know your why, once you know the purpose of what you want to do, what is this life is about, and then you will find a way that the universe, God, whatever you believe in, it will give you those ideas. It will bring it to you.
Okay.
And your job is to keep taking action, to keep doing it.
Yes.
Because I have learned through my journey, a winner never quits and a quitter never wins.
Yes.
And I don't want to be a quitter. I don't want to be a loser in my life, in anything I want to do. And for every single human being, everything here available, the life, the life so we all deserve, if we work for it. Because I learned this, Halton, through my journey, that I don't get what I want. I
Yeah.
don't get what I need, but I do get what I deserve. How
Yeah.
I deserve it? If I go after it. If I'm committed enough, if I'm consistent, and if I don't give up, then I will get it.
Beautiful. And I can clearly see that with the questions you ask, going back to the embassy, trying to find another angle. What can I learn? You know, doing a course, you know, all these different learning English, learning this, and that you're consistently growing all the time. And that's what I've seen with you in the time what I've known you. You just consistently reinventing yourself, and a better version turns up all the time, and that's something which is amazing, and it comes from the drive within you. Because I've had so many people talk about you, you know, and I've even had people say things like, "It's amazing that to actually be working with you, and how much you give, how much you actually help people." And where does that also come from, the helping? Because I know, and you know, I can pick up the phone to you anytime, and you'll be willing to help me with anything. How do you get to that?
Absolutely. Great question. I have learned through my journey, the secret of living is giving. When you give, when you help without any expectations, and you giving and helping with love and respect, the universe, the God, will give you what you deserve. And to me, giving and helping others, I get fulfilled in my life. I get happy inside me. My heart gets happy. And that's why I always give and I always help, because when I go to bed, Hilton, I want to feel good.
Yes.
And when I wake up in the morning, I get excited and I say what I can do now. And I have learned through my journey, Hilton, that morning is for me and the rest of the day is for others to serve. And
Yes.
that's my purpose in my life.
Awesome. You mentioned morning is for you, and it sounds like you've got a routine. You've got certain things which you do. Could you expand on that area, please?
Absolutely, Hilton. I wake up every morning at 5 a.m.
Okay.
Sometimes a little bit later, that would be 5:30. As soon as I wake up in the morning, the first word I say is I'm grateful. And you can see the sign behind me, grateful. I look at that every day. I and what I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for everyone and everything I have in my life. That is the first word I get up in the morning. I say. Then I go straight to the bathroom. I start with 5 minutes training with a
Okay.
small set of dumbbell, really light, and that's inside my bathroom. And I do 5 minutes of training, and then I do heavy breathing. My
Okay.
breathing starts 4 seconds breathe in, 1 second hold, and 6 seconds out with
Okay.
my mouth through my stomach. And then I do my meditation inside the bathroom. Once I've done my meditation, I finish, I go inside the shower room for 3 minutes cold shower every
Right.
morning
Right.
with a cold shower. It doesn't matter, summer, winter, that is my cold shower. And if I don't have the cold shower, I feel like I have lost something. And I just enjoy that. And as soon as I finish my routine inside the bathroom, I straight to my study room, to my office here, and sit down and I'll start reading my book, because
Okay.
reading books, it just makes me so happy. This is my morning routine until my family is up, and my team actually they wake up at the same time and they're following this routine, except the cold shower.
Okay,
That's
yeah, yeah. Because I know you've got two beautiful young boys and you've got a lovely wife, and it's wonderful to see you're a family man. I've been watching some of your videos of you feeding some birds and things like that. So you're a nature man, and there's a really special video which I saw you do, and I want to take you back 2 years ago, 2 years to the day, in fact, and it was you giving blood. You remember that video?
yes, yes,
Tell me about
absolutely,
that. How did you get to that?
absolutely. Thank you. Great question. I have, to me, the secret of living is giving, and I every single day I ask myself how I can give, what else I can do to give, and then I came up the giving blood, and I challenged myself of giving blood. There was two main reasons. I remember a few years back when I was going for blood test, as soon as I see the syringe, I used to get fainted.
Yes.
Absolutely. The first time was really funny. I did a blood test. I came in front of the receptionist, and all of a sudden I was down. When I opened my eyes, and I was in the ambulance and were taking me to the hospital. And there was nurses and doctors. They a bit of laughed at me, and they said, "Yeah, we know what this happened to you." And I sat down with myself and I asked myself, what is that small syringe goes into your hand? And to me, if I challenge myself, I grow more, I grow better, and I can take myself to the next level. I said, okay, instead of a small syringe to go into your hand, now you got to go and give blood with a bigger syringe into your hand.
Wow.
It's a challenge for you, and also it's giving to others, because I learned if I give my blood, donate my blood, every time I give blood, I save 3 lives. And I
Okay.
said, what is better than that? What is
Yes.
absolutely better than that? And I went there, and then I said, okay, now it's a challenge, and now you're doing it, and I keep telling my mind that I'm not scared, and this syringe, it's gonna go in, and it's gonna save lives. What else you want, Shabir? Can you do something better than that? Of course, do this. And then I decided to make a video out of that to inspire others. The
Yes.
people, some people say, I don't like the syringe. It's not about like you're scared of the syringe. It's the
Yes.
mind. So I decided, and every 3 months I just go for blood donation. And the best thing that here in Melbourne, Australia, they send me a message as soon as my blood has gone to someone, and they tell me which hospital it's went and who I have saved, which life I saved, and that makes me so happy, and that I get fulfilled in my life. That's why I'm doing blood donation as well.
Wow, wow, that's incredible. It's and how do you find it? I know you lead by example. Your two boys. How is it affecting them? Your life? What are you seeing there?
Great question. With my two sons, Samir is 10 years old and Masih is 6 years old. I have learned one thing from my great mentor, JJ John Jackson. He
Okay.
said, I was on a call with him. He said, Shabir, remember, life is a team game. You cannot win this game alone. You have to have a team with you. And that I never looked back since I heard that. And I said, the best team member I can have is my two sons and my wife.
Yes.
Let's create my team. That's why we're Team Shabir Akbari. And with my two sons, I go for blood tests. I take them with me. Anything I do in my life, I just encourage them. I just inspire them, and I say, "You do it." I don't force them, because with kids, you never force them. Never yell at them if you don't want it. If you want kids to grow up good, never yell at them. Never punish them. And they're just watching me, and in everything I do, they just follow me. Samir is now my technician. He's organizing my Zoom call. He's organized editing our videos, and
Awesome.
this is what I learned from Samir. Sahar, my wife, my team member, she's the person says do it now. If I
Okay.
procrastinate, she comes and says no, do it now. If Samir procrastinates, Sahar says do it now. So that's what she does in our team. Samir technician, and Masih, my youngest son. What I have learned from Masih is like, if you want to get something in your life, learn this from the kid. A kid says, give me an ice cream, you say no. Says ice cream, you say no. And half an hour later, they're licking on the ice cream. They get it from you.
Yes.
They will never give up, and they get it off you. And I'm learning that from Masih.
Yes.
To me, in my life now, in my journey, what I learned from my son, Masih, that I don't accept no. If you tell me no, I will come after you. Like what I did to Australian Embassy. They said no, I said yes. They said no, I said yes, until I get it. Because after people say no 7 to 9 times or 8 times no, then they say yes. And that yes is so valuable, so enjoyable, because after so many no's, you get yes, and you enjoy that yes very well.
Yes.
And I want to share this as well. To me, I always said, easy life is boring to me. Life has to be hard. Life has to be hard, because the hard life, the challenges will build you.
Yes. Yeah, that is so true because I've seen you grow from week to week, and it's coming from that background of never giving up. I think that if that's ingrained in you, whatever comes at you, you'll go around it, you'll go under it, you'll go over it to get to that destination. So, what advice would you give to somebody who's just starting out in business? Because I see you've got your brand, you've got your system around you, and if they're wanting to start a business or start something, I know these days people are going online. What advice would you give to someone who's starting out?
The best advice I can give to the people that they want to start but they haven't started, they should ask themselves one question. Most of the time, we need to interview ourselves. Ask these
Okay.
questions. Ask that question yourself and say, what I'm doing now, where I am now in my life, in 12 months' time from today, if I keep doing what I'm doing now, is this going to take me where I want to be?
Okay.
Am I happy now? If I'm not happy, then what I need to do?
Yes.
You say resources are available to all of us, especially now on everything online. But we have to be resourcefulness. We
Yes.
have to ask questions. And once you find what you need to do, then make a commitment, and then keep reminding yourself that you will never ever give up. Keep reminding yourself, if others can do it, I can do it too.
Okay.
And if it's hard, promise yourself that you do it hard,
Yes. Yeah.
and just go for it.
Yes.
And you get one shot in this life. To me, I got second chance running away from bombs and missiles, and I'm here now. Nothing can stop me. I will go all the way.
Yes.
Nothing and no one can stop me. As long as I'm honest, I'm authentic, And I have started a school as well. Just mentioned that the name of my school is Hela. It's HILA, honesty, integrity, loyalty, and abundance.
Right. Yeah.
So those three values, if you have in life, you will get anywhere you want.
Yes.
And
Beautiful.
go for
Beautiful.
it. Play.
Yeah, I think that's so precious for the next generation. And do you find that when you actually are working with others, you know, like in your team, there's people who get involved in your business, and then you've got to assess them, and then they may move on. Or do you find that with the next generation, what are the gaps in between where they are now, or where they are, and what they need to have to succeed? In,
Great question. In my school is basically built for the teenage kids,
yes.
15 to 20 to 21, and they need a good system now. They need a good seed to be planted into their mind to be disciplined. And with my students, 6 a.m. every student send me a text message, good morning,
Yes.
because they need to be disciplined and they need to follow up. Because even if the kid, a person is good in a good family, but the society can change them.
Yes.
But what they need to do to stay away for what is not giving them or they're not growing what, and learn what they can have a bright future from, like what they need to do now. And if they are not aware, they will go to the wrong direction.
Okay. Okay. Do you still have any connections back in Afghanistan? The people who may have been there, people you grew up with, or people who have generally gone to different countries? Do you have connections to them?
Yes, with a few of them, yes, but some of them I don't know. I hope they are still alive because
Okay.
we don't know about each other where we are. But yes, with some of my friends, some of the family members back in Afghanistan, I'm in contact. I inspire them, I motivate them, I help them. They're following me on the media platforms, and yes, I'm helping them.
Okay, beautiful. And from Australia, it's such a. I've been to Sydney 3 times, so it's such a lovely place, you know. So, and the weather
Amazing.
back here in the UK is cold at the moment, so it is good. Well, great. Okay, before I ask my last question to you, Shabir, where can people find you if they wanted to connect with you, say online or wherever?
Great question. Uh, I have got Instagram account. It's
Okay.
at Shabir Akbari.
Yeah.
Uh, I put 3 posts, one video and 2 posts every day, just to help to give. And on Facebook, Shabir Akbari, and on YouTube, Shabir Akbari. I'm just in my YouTube. I just share my story, share my journey of self discovery
Yes.
with my videos authentically, and just what it is, I'll bring it out to my videos. So my YouTube is Shabir Akbari, and in these 3 platforms I'm really active, and I'm using, and also I'm on TikTok as well. With
Wow.
TikTok, I'm promoting the positivity, and TikTok, well, a lot of people say this for kids. It's not. There's a lot of adults, and my mission on TikTok is to help those kids to bring positivity. And I've got about almost 100K followers in there.
Wow,
uh,
that's a lot.
Positivity, yes. And all these platforms, I'm working day and night. I'm consistent on it. For example, in TikTok, in one of the video, I got 160 comments. 80% of those comments were negative. I replied to every single comments with positivity,
Okay.
and that blowed up my account, and people realized that who I am and why I'm there, and that's why they become a follower. So it's what people can see now, it hasn't started here. It's been a hard work, day and night, and we're still doing it. Some nights in the SFM tribe, I'm so tired, and I say I have to put a post in there to inspire people. It's my responsibility. I
Yes.
have to. So it's a hard work. It's a
You,
hard work day and night, and I'm enjoying it. It's to me, this is every platform that I'm using. It's not that I have to. This is I love to. I
Yeah.
love to because this purpose of my life to help and give.
Cool. That's wonderful. I can see the drive in you. So my last question to you, Shabir, and
Yes.
it sounds as though it would be you've answered it already. However, what impact do you want to leave on the world?
People need to wake up and their mindset. They have to enjoy this life. This life is not about to go to work Monday to Friday, make money, pay the bills, pay the mortgage, and die. This life is about adventure, to be adventurous, to enjoy it. This life is about kindness, loving, helping one another. Because this life is not about me, it's about us. One of us makes all of us, and all of us make one of us.
Yes.
Let's my impact on this planet. I want to leave a good legacy when I'm not here, that it shouldn't be any hatred. We shouldn't be jealous about others. Because if we hate people, if we're jealous about other people, we just close the door to ourselves. So, kindness, helping, giving, and having an amazing life for ourselves, because this life is amazing if we know how to live it. We need to know and learn and wake up.
Good stuff. Shabir Akbari, I really thank you from the deep part of my heart for your time today. And you've shared some real good nuggets there. And um, I'm sure I'll post this around, and we'll get lots of people commenting on this particular one. But thank you for your time today, and we'll speak very soon.
Thank you, Halton. Thank you. It's been an honor to be in your podcast, and thank you for what you do for the society, for the people around the world. And anytime questions from others, they want to know, want to contact me, I'm always there for them.
Thank you. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.